everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mana and I went from a full-time London lawyer to a Dubai entrepreneur. And in this video, I'm going to be telling you about how I funded my businesses in Dubai from absolutely nothing. And let me tell you straight up, I didn't have investors, I didn't have a trust fund, and I definitely didn't ask my parents for any money. So how did I actually manage to move from London to Dubai and not only survive but thrive and manage to build a business here? And that's exactly what I'm going to be talking to you about, from basically saving in London and budgeting in Dubai, making my first money in Dubai, and everything in between which no one really talks about. So if you're watching this video with big dreams but you're worried about the money side, this video is definitely for you. So let's get into it. So before we dive into the first part, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and you turn the notification bell on for more entrepreneurial and business videos. So part 1, the financial mindset shift. Before we get into the pounds and dirhams, let me talk to you about something very important: mindset. So when I decided to move to Dubai, I knew it wasn't going to be a holiday. I wasn't coming to Dubai to escape. I was coming to Dubai to build. And that mindset honestly changed a lot of things for me. Because when you're moving to a city like Dubai, a fast-paced city like Dubai, it's so easy to lose yourself in like all the luxury and like all the beach clubs and like all the coffee shops and like all the new events, etc, etc. So it's super important for you to be clear on your why. Why am I moving to Dubai? What am I supposed to achieve? What do I want to achieve? And also, are you chasing a dream or are you just running away from something? And I have the sun in my eye, but you know, we'll need to carry on. For me, it was quite simple. I just wanted freedom, not obviously just financial freedom, because that's really important, but like freedom to choose my own hours, freedom to work and live somewhere where it excites me, freedom where I can have the sun in my face like all day rather than the rain. Rain makes me miserable, so I really wanted to come here to make a big change. So I really had to switch from this London mindset of like being comfortable, of like spend now, earn later, to basically save now, move smarter, build later. And that meant I had to like get rid of some of the old habits that I had. Simple. If I want to make a change, I need to change my habits. And some of those habits were no more spending £5.50 every morning on like a Starbucks coffee, no more mindless strolling on online shopping, no more spending like hundreds of pounds like at a nightclub or a bar every weekend just to feel alive after a long week at a law firm. So I just had to like stop there. And I started asking myself, does this purchase get me closer to Dubai or does it move me further away? And let me tell you, when your why is strong enough, your no becomes so much easier. I guarantee you. Part 2, how I saved in London. Alright, let's talk numbers. So once I decided to move to Dubai, I gave myself around 1 year to prepare financially. But if you watch my very first video, you know that I made a very sudden move to Dubai. So it took even less than a year. So what was my plan? First, I had to calculate how much money I needed in order to move to Dubai. Not for a luxury living, but for a standard, smart living, you know. My plan had to be realistic, very realistic if I wanted to move to Dubai, because Dubai, let me tell you, it's very expensive. It's luxury, yet very expensive. So I calculated my visa and my Emirates ID, a business license, which is like you pay for a company so you can start working, 6 months saving just in case I couldn't find a project or a job, and just some money on the side just in case everything went south. So my plan was to save about £10,000 over 1 year, but spoiler alert, I didn't get to save £10,000 because I moved to Dubai all of a sudden, but then I still managed to save some, and here's what I did. I automated my savings. So every time I wanted to buy like a latte or like a drink out of habit, not because I wanted it, but like I was thirsty or I really needed the caffeine, but just because I fancied it, or every time I wanted like something from Zara because, you know, I just wanted it, I would stop making those purchases and instead I would save that money in a pot for Dubai. Every single month on like payday, I would save £500 and I would put it into my pot for Dubai. And then at the end of the month, if there was any money left, it would go straight to my Dubai pot. So like, I really wanted to save money to move. I also cut unnecessary spending, so I unsubscribed from like 3 apps that I barely used. I started eating at home more often, like 5-6 nights a week rather than, you know, once or twice a week. And I even swapped some Uber rides to like more train rides. And if you live in London, that's quite a big thing. Like the difference in the price that you pay for an Uber ride than underground is huge. So that saved me a lot of money as well. I then sold the things that I didn't need, like designer bags. I mean, that was really painful. But like the clothes that I never wore, or like I hardly wore, the tech that I didn't need. So like if I had like an old iPhone, which was just sitting in my bedroom, I would sell it. I sold my car. I mean, everything just went on either Depop or like Facebook Marketplace. They're the best. They're so good. And then I started like a small side business, which was absolutely nothing. Like the income was so low, but it still helped. Like at that point, every little helped me. So what I did, I put all of my uni notes into one folder and I was selling it. At that time, like anyone who wanted to study law or they wanted to do the LPC course, which is a course that you have to do if you want to become a lawyer. So I put them all into like 2 separate folders, uni notes, LPC notes, and I sold them. And people really like took an interest, which was amazing. So I was helping them, they were helping me. So I ended up moving to Dubai way earlier than I had planned, way earlier. And I managed to save £5,700, which is obviously not 10,000, but I was still really proud, and it was enough to make the leap to move to Dubai. Because to me, it wasn't about perfection, it was about the intention. And that was key for me. Part 3, what I spent in my first month in Dubai. So let's talk about how much I spent in my first month in Dubai. Let me tell you this, when I moved to Dubai, I didn't move into a penthouse. I didn't rent a G-Wagon and start cruising around Dubai streets. I didn't go into every single beach club. I mean, as tempting as it was, but I had a plan in my head. I mean, like if you watch my first video, you'll know that like when I moved here, because it was all of a sudden, because I was going through some issues in London, I actually had severe anxiety, but that still didn't stop me from what I wanted to achieve. And here's what I spent very honestly in my first month in Dubai. So my visa and Emirates ID came to about £1,500. The business trade license came up to £3,000. I spent about £500 on the essentials like gym, taxis, you know, food, just essentials. I spent £500 on flights, and the total came up to £5,500. That was all of my savings gone in one go. I was very lucky in the sense that my mom was already living in Dubai, so I didn't really have to pay for rent. I was lucky in that sense, but she wasn't paying me a pocket money. So I had to start making a living. I had to push myself to find a project, find a job, and you know, and I didn't want to come across as like, oh, I made it, I'm in Dubai. No, I was literally starting from zero. Part 4, how I started earning in Dubai. So now the big question, how did I start making money in Dubai? So this is where a lot of people panic because they think that they need to have a built business in Dubai, like established business in Dubai before they move here, but that's not true at all. No. You just need a skill and the courage to sell your skill, and that will get you far. So I started with what I already knew, legal consulting. So I started reviewing, drafting contracts for small businesses, for startups. I mean, don't get me wrong, at the beginning I was working for free because I wanted people to trust me. I was in a new country, you know, new culture, so I wanted people to know that I'm good at what I'm doing. And then once that trust was built, I started charging a lot less than I would usually charge. Like it was barely paying for my petrol or for my taxi or for anything. But then I just kept pushing and pushing and pushing myself because I knew I wanted it to get somewhere. I just believed in myself. That's the first thing that you need to do. Believe in yourself. Free work and charging less gave me so many things. It gave me confidence because I was like, oh wait, Mana, people are actually willing to pay you for your skill. I also got to know a lot of other people, so my network got bigger. One person referred me to another, the other one referred me to another person. I mean, in Dubai, if you network, you're in a good place. If people start referring you, that's just recurring business. It also gave me clarity because I started to realize what businesses were actually needed in Dubai. How would I change my services? How would I amend and adapt my services to suit the businesses in Dubai, to suit the culture, to start selling my business and get my name out there. And on the side, I started building my brand on Instagram. I started sharing my story behind the scenes, sharing my values, sharing my knowledge. Apart from that, I was calling companies, maybe 20, 30, 40 companies a day, saying, can I just review your contracts for free? Can I draft them for free? I mean, sometimes you have to put yourself in some very, very difficult positions so then you grow. I mean, growth doesn't come from your comfort zone. Growth doesn't come from anywhere. You have to grow yourself. You have to want to grow so you can grow. And eventually I launched my second and my third businesses because I had already got my first business off the ground. So to me, that was a huge success. To me, that was, I made it. I've got an achievement. And let me tell you this, your first income in Dubai shouldn't be your dream income. It should give you room to dream so you can aspire to grow, so you can sleep at night without having to worry about your rent money. Part 5, smarter investments and mistakes. I'll be honest with you, some things I got right, completely right, and some things I just fumbled and I got completely wrong. Here's what I did right. So I reinvested my early profits into content creation, into marketing, and into self-learning. I joined every single free networking event that I could find just to get my name out there. I mean, I just had to tell the world that I'm here and I can help you. And as hard and as tempting as it was, I said no to most of the distractions, such as endless coffee shop trips, beach clubs, or just going out, ladies' nights, or even businesses that didn't align with what I wanted to achieve with my business. And here's where I messed up. So I rushed into launching my second business very soon. Very, very, very soon, when my first business wasn't even stable enough. I worked for free and I undercharged for way too long because I kept telling myself, or putting that label on myself, that I'm new in this country. So what? So what? I have a skill. And I didn't track my cash flow for the first 6 months, which left me super stressed because obviously I was throwing money into my business, but I didn't know where it was going. Was it going into content creation? Was it going into my self-learning, all these courses that I was trying to get? Was it going towards my travel? Because getting in a taxi in Dubai can be very expensive. I wasn't tracking anything, and then at the end of the month I was like, where is the money? Where have I put or spent the money? So learn from me. Start slow, start lean, build something and scale from there. And remember, Dubai rewards people who are flexible, adaptable and focused, not the ones who are just here and trying to impress other people. Honestly, those people will not get far in Dubai. So final notes and takeaways. So here's the truth. You don't need £50,000 to move. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need a plan and the skill and the guts to go after it. Just go after it. When I moved to Dubai, I moved with £5,700 and I spent it all within my first month. Spent all of it. So I didn't have any money to live. But that really, really, really pushed me towards my goals, towards what I wanted to achieve. That really set the momentum for me. I mean, it was super hard. It was really, really, really hard, but that's where I am now. I'm here living my life after 5 years, owning multiple businesses. And I think one of the best moves, one of the best things that I could say I've done for myself. I'm living a life that just felt impossible just over 5 years ago. Anything can happen as long as you want it to happen. I mean, was it scary? Yes. Was it Always smooth? Definitely not. Was it worth it? 1000% yes. So if you're sitting at home and wondering if you can do it too, let this video be your sign. You can. And if you want help or just someone to talk to, just drop a DM and I will get back to you. If you like this video, make sure that you give it a like, you subscribe for more weekly videos with more business and entrepreneurial, things. Thank you for watching, and remember, the biggest risk that you can take is not going after the life, after the person, and after the dream that you really want. Let that sink in. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.